Details on this latest incident at Pine Club Apartments.
Plus, just weeks into the new school year, Beaumont ISD says it's facing a bus driver shortage. How the district says the community can help.
And the latest in Power City news, the reliable power project on Bolivar Peninsula as ConocoPhillips announces plans to lay off thousands. 12 News Daybreak starts now.
Good morning, Southeast Texas. Thanks for waking up with Daybreak here on 12 News Plus. I'm Tia Johnson.
And I'm Mark Armstrong. It's now 7:01, so let's go ahead and get a first look at your weather with meteorologist Jeff Gerber. And here's a live look outside from our Roofing 911 Live Skycam network above the 12 News studio here in Beaumont. Jeff, how's it going to look out there today?
I think pretty good. We don't have any rain in the forecast for today. It will be hot. We're expecting to see temperatures there into the lower to middle 90s today. So take care out in the heat. Give yourself a little bit of a break from time to time and stay hydrated. Temperatures not bad this morning. We're showing 68 right now in Jasper, then 71 in Kirbyville, 72 in Woodville, and then 73 in Silsbee. Beaumont and Orange are both about 73 right now, then 75 in Port Arthur. Look over towards Conroe, 65 degrees this morning. Huntsville currently at about 69. Outside, we've been looking at just a few clouds here and there. Should be a good day. We'll go with mostly sunny skies this afternoon, and we'll keep the rain away. This is a view from our 12 News studio looking down on I-10, which looks like it's going pretty smoothly right now. As we check our day planner, temperatures there into the lower to middle 90s, 93, 94 for high today. Like I said, some mostly sunny skies by the afternoon with southwesterly winds at about 3 to 8 miles per hour. Now, we do bring back rain chances for the weekend, but I don't think it's going to be a bad deal. Matter of fact, we're expecting some cooler air as we get into next week. We'll have a 7-day forecast for you coming up in just a bit.
All right, thanks, Jeff Gerber. A Lumberton man who's in jail on assault charges is now being charged in a different assault. Remington Boykin is facing 3 new charges out of Hardin County, including aggravated kidnapping, assault with a deadly weapon, and aggravated assault. Sheriff Mark Davis tells us this is in connection to the assault of a former girlfriend back in 2024. Boykin is already facing charges out of Jasper County for assaulting a different woman and her baby on Sunday. That victim told investigators he threatened to kill her with a gun. He's also charged with tampering with government records in Jefferson County.
A Jasper County man who was serving a life sentence for the murder of his former girlfriend has died in prison. 59-year-old Royce Larkin, he passed away from natural causes, according to the TDCJ. The victim, 61-year-old Judy Arnold, she was stabbed to death in 2019 in the parking lot of the Roadway Inn in Jasper. Arnold, she was a beloved teacher aide at Few Primary.
2 people are recovering after another shooting at a Beaumont apartment complex. The latest one happened Wednesday morning at the Pine Club Apartments on Pine Street, the same place where gunfire erupted on Sunday. Police say Wednesday's shooting started with a fight between 2 people. One victim was treated at the scene before being taken to the hospital. The other drove to a dollar store in East Lucas where an ambulance picked him up. Both are expected to be okay.
A judge has set a $1 million bond for the suspect who allegedly shot an 11-year-old boy in Houston. 42-year-old Gonzalo Leon Jr. is charged with murder. He's accused of killing Julian Guzman during a ding-dong ditch prank. The state says that Leon fired a warning shot into the ground before shooting Julian as he ran away. Prosecutors saying charges could potentially be upgraded to capital murder.
When you have a case as tragic as this one, and quite frankly as brutal, when you have an 11-year-old shot in the back and murdered, I think it's an appropriate bond.
The loss of life is unfortunate, but considering every other factor leaned in the defendant's favor, we would have hoped for a lower bond.
If he's released, Leon will be banned from having a gun. All right, everyone knows how important the school bus is for students, but what happens when the district doesn't have enough drivers?
We're a month into the school year, and Beaumont ISD is asking for the community's help to fight a driver shortage. 12 News reporter Derek Jones is live at the BISD bus depot this morning with more on what the district needs. Derek.
Mark and Tia, Beaumont ISD is short 13 bus drivers. That may not seem like a lot, but it's affecting 12 bus routes. Now the administrative staff is having to leave their desk and take the kids to school themselves. BISD Transportation Center says they are short 13 drivers, an issue that seems only to be getting worse.
It seems like it may be getting worse, and it's been like this for quite a few years. But here recently, it seems like the demand's even more now than has been in the past.
This driver shortage is affecting 12 school routes transporting BISD students, making parents like Jacqueline anxious about finding alternative transportation.
It brings a lot of stress and anxiety for parents who have working jobs, who work 9 to 5 or whatever the schedule is. And so to have that concern of, how your children are going to be able to receive their education, so it definitely impacts the entire family. It could impact, parents, their jobs and how they have to really navigate through that. So it's very difficult.
Right now, office staff is forced to drive the kids while also tackling administrative duties, causing some students to be late to classes. Transportation Director of BISD, Corey Metz, says that it's important that BISD transportation is fully staffed.
Well, we want to make sure all of our students get to school, get their full educational day, get home in a timely manner, and have that family time. So it's important for us to be fully staffed.
So all students can leave with a smile on their face.
We're the first ones they see every morning, the last ones they see in the evening. So, I tell all of our drivers, all our prospective drivers, that we have a big impact on their lives. So if you really want to make a difference in a child's life, come drive a school bus.
If you're looking for ways to help BISD, you can apply on their website. They are offering paid training. In Beaumont, Derek Jones, 12 News.
All right, Derek, and a reminder, we are getting ready to hand out our first Golden Apple Award, and we need your nominations. So that can be anyone, a teacher or anyone in the field of education. Just head on over to 12newsnow.com/goldenapple to let us know who you think is the most deserving.
Transitioning now to some big Power City news this morning. ConocoPhillips says it plans to lay off a quarter of its workforce by the end of this year. This includes employees and contractors. The company has a global headcount of about 13,000 people, meaning between 2,500 and 3,200 workers could lose their jobs. Company officials say the layoffs are part of an effort to cut down on cost. ConocoPhillips is part of the Port Arthur LNG project. The company signed a 20-year deal with Sempra for phase 2 of the project. We don't know yet how or if these layoffs will affect progress there.
And in other Power City news, the Bolivar Peninsula is getting much needed help with power outages thanks to Entergy's $110 million reliability project. Now, we spoke to the CEO of Entergy Texas to better understand the significance of this project for our coastal communities. 12 News reporter Daniela Tabuada-Palau explains.
I'm currently at Entergy Texas's newest substation that, according to Entergy, will double the capacity to serve people while hopefully also avoiding any more power outages for the Boulevard Peninsula.
I was here on Christmas of 2022, and that's when we were having one of the winter storm outages, and I saw firsthand the impact it had on the community.
For many years, the Bolivar Peninsula has been struggling with power outages after hurricanes or natural disasters. Entergy is working to fix that.
We made a promise to the community that we were going to make the investments, and promise is kept.
Today, Entergy held a ribbon cutting to celebrate the completion of their $110 million Bolivar Peninsula Reliability Project, also known as their promise to the community. A promise that comes with two huge impacts, one being 100% redundancy.
So we have multiple lines coming into the peninsula, which helps restore power quicker.
The second being advanced resiliency of 150 miles per hour, all impacts appreciated by residents.
Kind of being isolated on the peninsula, you kind of feel like you're kind of at the tail end of maybe the lifeline of the energy source. So it allows them to have more consistent energy on a regular basis throughout the year.
Realtor Tyler Coco mentioned that this project not only helped his clients, but also made his job easier.
We manage over 210 rental homes here on the peninsula. Entergy has just done a fantastic job of keeping those houses up and running.
This new reliability project is expected to keep the Boulevard Peninsula from power outages during storms and hurricane season, a relief that comes to many who live and work here. In the Boulevard Peninsula, Danielle Tabuada-Palau, 12 News.
In other news, a Port Arthur nonprofit that fights for neighborhoods impacted by industrial pollution is getting new support. A Community and Power and Development Association known as CIDA received a $15,000 donation. According to their website, CIDA educates local residents on how to take action to keep big industries from polluting the air, land, and water. The grant comes from Energy Transfer, an industrial company that transports and stores natural gas and crude oil products. With an office in Nederland, the company says this is about investing in the community.
So we're excited to be able to partner with CIDA. They do a lot of work in the community, so this donation will go to benefit the community of Port Arthur.
Energy Transfer also donated $10,000 to CASA and $15,000 to the Rainbow Room of Port Arthur.
409 Sports, brought to you by Golden Triangle Emergency Center, Orange.
And it's week 2 of the Blitz, and we are excited about our 409 Sports Game of the Week. 2 more powerhouse programs are going to be in the spotlight as the Little Cypress Mauriceville Battling Bears head on over to Silsbee to take on the Tigers. This is all going down tomorrow at 7:30 at Tiger Stadium. Also, don't forget about voting. It's live right now for our 12 News Band of the Week, and it is your call. Should the LCM Band or the Silsbee Band take home bragging rights this week? Be sure to go down to 12newsnow.com/band to vote. All right, coming up here on Daybreak in our 7 o'clock hour on 12 News Plus, no big winner yet. What the jackpot has jumped up to in the Powerball drawing ahead in your trending news. But first, an AI generated ad featuring a man charged with murder causing concerns over a new trend in advertising. Your time is now 7:11.
And we're looking at some nice temperatures out there this morning in the lower 70s and upper 60s. Quiet weather for today. We're expecting to see no rain, but hot temperatures. We'll have your forecast coming up.
We begin with breaking news in Port Neches.
Firefighters continue attacking the flames from the air.
We're working to learn more about a police chase.
We'll give you a live look at the scene tonight. Our crew there.
A chase in Port Neches turned into a standoff.
So we're working to get you more information.
We're going to keep you updated on air and online as we learn more.
Stream extended coverage on 12 News Plus. Download on your TV and watch for free.
I wouldn't say that I was like a partier, but I would say that I was a social butterfly. So we would just always drink. That night, I went through a red light and I T-boned another vehicle. And I just remember thinking like, oh no. Right after the DWI, I lost my license and I did 30 days in jail. I could have killed him because I decided to be reckless. I have a ton of regrets. I'm Katie. 5 years ago, I got a DWI and I'm still paying for it every day.
As tropical activity picks up in the Gulf, 12 News is your hurricane headquarters. Get prepared before a storm hits. Watch the 12 News Hurricane Special, streaming on 12 News Plus. From the must-haves in your supply kit to the evacuation routes you'll need to take, plus safety tips and how you can protect yourself from storm scammers. The 12 News Hurricane Special, keeping you prepared. Sponsored by Entergy. We power life.
As Texans, we have many reasons to be proud of the Lone Star State. Showing our pride by saying, "Don't mess with Texas," means we gotta step up, walk the walk. Do our part to keep Texas clean. Because after all these years, all these miles, all these traditions, for all us Texans, "Don't mess with Texas" means don't litter.
I'm Chief Meteorologist Patrick Vaughn here with one of the most important hurricane tips, having an evacuation plan. First, gather food, water, and medicine before storing it in an emergency kit. Plan well in advance where you're going, how you'll get there, and if you'll need to transport any pets, small children, or the elderly. For more hurricane tips, go to 12newsnow.com/hurricane.
Sponsored by Entergy. We power life.
And we're back with something that you may have seen on your social media feed, a Shein ad with murder suspect Luigi Mangione modeling a shirt. Now the ad has been taken down and experts say it appears to be AI generated, but is part of a concerning new trend in advertising. ABC's Andrea Fujii has more.
This morning, accused healthcare CEO killer Luigi Mangione making headlines again, this time because his face was apparently being used to sell clothing. The popular Chinese retailer Shein says it's conducting an internal investigation after using the likeness of Mangione to model this $10 shirt. An expert in artificial intelligence says the photo appears to be Mangione's face on an AI-generated body.
It sort of looks like a claw hand where there's like an undifferentiated blob of fingers on one hand. You can't really see the separation there, so it looks pretty unnatural.
Shein says a third-party vendor is responsible and says it took the ad down immediately after recognizing Mangione, saying, "We have stringent standards and will take appropriate action against the vendor." It's just the latest controversy surrounding AI-generated images. J.Crew has been accused of using AI-generated models, the retailer saying we're always exploring new forms of creative expression. Experts questioning the ethics.
I worry broadly with AI that we're just stepping into this era where there's going to be this great reduction in trust across the board in every institution, and retail is no exception.
Out of the sadness into the rays.
Will Smith was accused of using AI-generated crowds to exaggerate fan reactions during his comeback tour. But actress Reese Witherspoon with a different message, calling on women to embrace AI, telling Glamour magazine, "It's so important that women are involved in AI because it will be the future in filmmaking. You can be sad and lament all you want, but the change is here." As for Luigi Mangione, he's pleaded not guilty to the murder of United Healthcare CEO Brian Thompson last year in New York. His attorneys have declined to comment on his image being used in that ad. Andrea Fuji, ABC News, New York.
Outside, pretty quiet conditions out there for this morning. Gators are quiet out of Gator country. They're sunning themselves a little bit as we look. What is we got? 1, 2, 3, 4 of them?
Jeff and Mark.
Just little ones out there.
Like 4 gators out there just kind of hanging out, waiting for the sun to come up so they can get back in the water and cool off a little bit.
They look cute.
Yeah. Our Ruby 911 Live Skycam Network in Gator Country, which is down in Fannett. You can go to our website, 12newsnow.com, and you can check out all our sky cameras there, including the one out of Gator Country. Sometimes it's kind of fun just to kind of watch what the Gators are doing out there for this morning. As we look at the temperatures right now, 68 in Jasper, then 71 right now in Kirbyville. Woodville's at 72, Silsbee, Beaumont, Orange, all at 73, and then 74 right now in Port Arthur. Pretty quiet except for a couple of these showers that have popped up along the coast, but they've been staying out into the Gulf, so we haven't seen too much here in southeast Texas at all. We had one lone shower early this morning, this before the sun come up, reached the coast, but that was about it. Most of the state is pretty quiet for this morning. Here's a look at close-in radar, and you can see those spotty showers out in the Gulf. All this you see here, just some bad returns back to the radar, so it's just kind of some ground clutter there. We're expecting a dry day today. Temperatures going to be climbing up through the 80s this morning, around 90 at lunchtime, and then 93, 94 for highs this afternoon with mostly sunny skies. No problems out there except just take care out the heat, and then we'll drop back through the 80s and eventually the 70s again for tomorrow morning. Now we will see some clouds move in towards your Friday. We'll go partly cloudy through the overnight period with dry conditions. We have that wave out in the Atlantic still. The Hurricane Center is watching. They say now it's about an 80% chance of some development over the next 7 days. Next 48 hours, they have about 50% chance of some development. So we'll watch it. Right now, it does not look like it's going to be a problem at all for the Gulf. As far as the East Coast, some of the computer models trying to get it a little bit closer than they have over the last couple of days. We'll continue to update it for you, but right now looks like it's going to stay out in the Atlantic, not reach the East Coast. Our forecast for today, mostly sunny. Southwesterly winds at 3 to 8 and temperatures there around 93 to 94. Back down into the 70s for tonight again with partly cloudy skies and south winds at about 3 to 8. 7-day forecast just shows rain over the weekend. Everything else looks dry. And you notice 20% chance of rain late Saturday, 50% as a front comes through on Sunday. And then behind that, cooler temperatures Monday into Tuesday with dry conditions. We'll only get into the 80s. Morning lows will be in the 60s. Wednesday back to 90, but once again, we'll see another morning low into the upper 60s there. So looking pretty good after that front comes through on Sunday.
Front. They got here that word so soon, but
yeah, it's not unusual for just to see cold fronts in September. Now October a lot better for that, but Shoot, bring them on. Cold fronts keep the hurricanes away for sure. It keeps them pushed out.
And the rain too, right? Didn't you say something about if we could get a cold front, it would stop raining so much?
Out.
Yeah.
It'll dry us out because we had that
listening.
moisture for so long. Yeah. So there you
I'm
go.
always listening.
Oh, well, we'll see.
I'm always listening, that's for sure. All right. Just a reminder, you can download our app at any time to get the latest on the weather. You can check the radar by going to the radar tab in the app. All right, it's now 7:20, time for some trending news here on 12 News Plus, and there are probably a lot of disappointed Powerball players this morning as there was no big winner in last night's drawing.
I'm not disappointed because I didn't play, but I am now.
That's right, that's right.
And apparently someone in Florida is $1 million richer though. The jackpot has now jumped to $1.7 billion, meaning the estimated cash value now stands at over $770 million. The next drawing is Saturday, so if you play, good luck.
That's right. Good luck. So you got about 1 in 200 million chances in winning, so good luck.
If you were to win, how would you act like you didn't? Like, how would we not know that you won?
I'd be like, Tia, something terrible happened. I'm gone forever. Sorry. Goodbye, everybody.
I feel like I would still work.
Yeah?
Maybe. You looking at me crazy?
You really? You have $700 million and you're going to work?
Yeah, she would.
I like what I do, though.
Tia's dedicated.
And you're going to get up at 2 a.m. still?
I'd be part-time. I'd work out a deal or something, okay?
You just do the midday show.
Hey, that's it.
Just so you know I'm still around.
All right, well, if you love Starbucks and you struggle to get enough protein, the Coffee Giant has a solution.
Yeah, it's now offering new drinks to help boost the protein intake. It's all the rage these days. You can now get protein cold foam alongside a new line of protein lattes. They'll add about 15 to 36 grams of protein to a 16-ounce drink. Flavors include banana, which is new. They also got vanilla, chocolate, salted caramel, and brown sugar. For seasonal flavors, there's going to be pumpkin and pecan. So if you're not into those protein shakes, you can just go down to Starbucks.
Pumpkin and pecan. I'm happy to say pecan.
Pecan. Some people say that.
They do.
All right, talk about one way to crash a picnic. A chill afternoon on Burnaby Mountain in Canada turned into a reason to panic for one couple.
Yeah, they were lounging on the grass, totally unbothered, when a bear casually just strolled through the crowd like he owned the place. Let's look at it all happen. Someone finally shouted, and the couple looked up to see that bear right there. One of them even stopped to grab their shoes because priorities, right? The bear, he hung out, sniffed the blanket, did a little vibe check, then wandered off. And you can see everyone literally scattered, and they're just there kicking it.
He's a quiet bear. He wasn't bugging anybody.
How do you not even see it? And look at her grabbing her shoes. Girl, I would have took off.
He just come up sniffing around. What you got? What you got over there for me? Candy bars?
Right, something.
Let's go shoe bear. Go away.
Okay, it is now 7:22. There goes Jeff and Mark and our producer Mary and our director Ryan and the whole 12 News at
Hanging out at the
Country.
beach.
We'll be back.
This is a tornado on the ground.
And the roads are slippery.
We have a tropical storm warning.
Look at this water.
Street flooding in Beaumont.
It is going to get extremely cold.
The metal building blew away from a business.
Staying safe behind the wheel is imperative.
Find a safe spot, move to an interior room.
Just make sure you're staying safe.
On Weather Impact Alert Days, stream extended coverage on 12 News Plus. Download on your TV and watch for free.
The STEM fields are providing opportunity to be part of the developments that will shape the future, and the Army National Guard is at the forefront of the movement. Soldiers can serve part-time and choose from dozens of science, technology, engineering, and mathematics jobs, working with cutting-edge technology and innovations. And the skills and experience they receive can open doors for them to civilian careers in the STEM world. Join a team that is taking the lead in STEM by talking to a local recruiter or by going to nationalguard.com/careers.
409 Sports. To us, it's about so much more than a highlight, wins or losses.
It's the heart that makes up the game, the triumph of the human spirit.
It's agony and victory, diehards and day ones. It can divide or unify a community.
We give you the stats, but then we inspire you with the stories. The unpredictable, unforgettable, and incomparable.
We bring it to you all because sports lives in the 409.
No matter where we start, every mile brings us closer. And as Texans, We take care of each other along the way. We lend a hand, slow down, and take our time. At the end of the day, we all want to get home safe. Drive like a Texan. Kind, courteous, and safe.
I'm meteorologist Kerry Cooper here with another hurricane tip. Stay connected. Sign up for free emergency alerts from your local county and plan on to monitor the latest local weather and news at 12newsnow.com. Being aware of any new information will be invaluable. And finally, know the types of alerts you may receive. A watch means be prepared, while a warning means act. For more hurricane tips, go to 12newsnow.com/hurricane.
Sponsored by Entergy. We power life.
At the bus stop this morning, just warm and dry. Temperatures in the middle to lower 70s. 88 at Recess, very warm, hot and dry, and about middle 90s as you make your way home. Should not see any rain for today. Along the coast, our sunset is about 7:34 tonight. Our sunrise, we passed that already at 6:55. A southwesterly wind at 5 to 10 knots for seas about a foot. Light chop on the inland lakes and bays for today. As we take a look at the water temperature out there in the Gulf, about 87. We're seeing right now a west-northwest wind at about 6, wind gust to about 7 miles per hour. Really not a bad day for the boat. Like I said, not expecting any rain. Plenty of sunshine for today. Just mind the heat. Our actual afternoon highs will be into the middle 90s. Stay hydrated if you're out there, and try to find a little bit of shade from time to time.
And coming up on Daybreak on 12 News Plus in our 7 o'clock hour, Beaumont ISD says it's facing a bus driver shortage. How the district says that the community can help as staff members scramble to help out.
Plus, ready to run again. We're hearing from State Representative Christian Manuel on his pitch to voters ahead of the 2026 election. And the push to ban THC products in Texas is off the table for now. What led to this decision and the other legislation that state lawmakers are working on before this latest special session comes to an end. And it is now 7:26, taking a live look at the skies of Jasper on your Thursday morning. We will be right back with more news and weather in just a few minutes.
Good morning, Southeast Texas. Thanks for joining us here on Daybreak on 12 News Plus. I'm Mark Armstrong.
And I'm Tia Johnson. It's now 7:30, so let's take a look at your top stories this morning. Orange police are looking for the suspect in an armed robbery at a gas station Tuesday night. Officers were called to the charge up on Strickland Drive. They say a masked man came into the store with a weapon, demanded money, then took off. Investigators haven't said if he got away with any money. No one was injured.
Groves police say someone in a stolen car crashed into the front of a game room on Twin City Highway yesterday morning. Police arrived to find no one in the car or in the game room. They say that car was reported stolen in the Houston area.
An Orange County deputy is out of the hospital after a crash Tuesday. It happened on FM 105 near Briarcliff Road north of Vidor. According to DPS, the deputy tried to pull someone over for ignoring a school bus's stop sign. While making a U-turn, the patrol unit was hit by a Ram truck. The deputy was taken to the hospital and released Tuesday night with minor injuries. We still don't know about the other driver's condition.
And the tire fire that started over the weekend in Woodville, it's now completely contained. It sparked Saturday afternoon at a local tire disposal. Investigators believe that a lightning strike is to blame. The Tyler County Emergency Management Office says that crews will continue to monitor the area and watch for any flare-ups.
Transitioning now to get an update on our weather and take a live look outside from our Roofing 911 Skycam network. You're looking at the skies of Port Arthur. My favorite time of the morning, 7:31. Let's toss it over to our man Jeff, or as he likes to be called, Just Jeff.
Just Jeff.
Every day it's a new name. Temperatures out there right now are in the 60s, 68 right now in Jasper, 71 through Woodville, and 71 in Kirbyville. Then Silsbee's at 73, Orange is 73, 74 in Beaumont, 74 in Port Arthur. Conroe down to 65 degrees for this morning. Outside, take a look over towards Orange as the sun's coming up this morning at the Horseman's Western Shore. We're currently showing 77 degrees, humidity at 98% with a northwesterly wind at about 6 miles an hour on our Roofing 911 Live Skycam network. Looks like traffic's going along pretty smoothly in the Orange area there on I-10. That sun's starting to come up. You know, it's a little hazy out there. That'll start to break up. We'll see mostly sunny skies as we get into the afternoon. Here's our day planner, and we start off in the 70s, but quickly jumped to around 90 at noon and expecting a high of around 93, 94 for later on today. A little bit of a southwesterly wind. Should be a dry day today, but hot. As we get towards the weekend, we have a front coming through with some rain Saturday and Sunday, and then cooler weather next week. We'll have a complete 7-day for you coming up in weather in just a little bit.
All right, thank you, Jeff. A Lumberton man who's in jail on assault charges is now being charged in a different assault. Remington Boykin is facing 3 new charges out of Hardin County, including aggravated kidnapping and assault with a deadly weapon. Sheriff Mark Davis tells us this is in connection to the assault of a former girlfriend back in 2024. Now, you may remember Boykin is already facing charges out of Jasper County for assaulting a different woman and her baby on Sunday. That victim told investigators he threatened to kill her with a gun. He's also charged with tampering with government records in Jefferson County.
Meanwhile, a Jasper County man who is serving a life sentence for the murder of his former girlfriend has died in prison. 59-year-old Royce Larkin passed away from natural causes, according to the TDCJ. The victim, 61-year-old Judy Arnold, was stabbed to death back in 2019 in the parking lot of the Roadway Inn in Jasper. Arnold, she was a beloved teacher's aide at Few Primary.
This morning, we're learning more about State Representative Christian Manuel's re-election announcement. As 12 News told you Tuesday night, he says he's ready to run again to continue serving District 22. Manuel made news last month with his Democratic colleagues after breaking quorum during the redistricting fight.
Yeah, now he's back in Austin, but the Port Arthur native says that he has a lot to do for his district. He says the goal has always been to put Southeast Texas first. So here's 12 News reporter Spencer Plato with more.
I still think there's a lot of work left to be done, a lot of work that I can still do for the community.
State Representative Christian Manuel is seeking another term.
There's a lot of work that we didn't get to finish, and want to make sure that I'm keeping Southeast Texas in the forefront, having that legislative experience, and I want to continue to give that to the area as long as they'll have me.
The Democratic lawmaker from Port Arthur has served 2 terms. He says he wants to continue to listen to the voices of Southeast Texas.
I always try to listen to what people are going through, and I always put Southeast Texas first. And so that's what I want to do going into this, is always remembering to listen more and be a good representative for the people that I represent.
Announcing his bid for re-election on Facebook Tuesday, Manuel noted his achievements from securing millions in state funding, expanding mental health services, safety, and community care. He says he will continue his priorities.
Water safety, making sure that we're doing things to keep the infrastructure up, making sure that we're looking at health and human services, making sure that I'm putting Southeast Texas first. Domestic violence.
He says his top priority is District 22.
Priority-wise, just making sure that Jefferson County is continuously able to grow as much as we can, and always putting everybody first.
And the next election for state offices is November 2026.
Meanwhile, Texas lawmakers are still in Austin this week as the latest special session comes closer to its end. Late last night, we learned the effort to ban THC products is done for now. Lieutenant Governor Dan Patrick took to social media saying that after a discussion with Governor Abbott and House Speaker Dustin Burrows, they were unable to come to a resolution. 3 other bills were discussed yesterday, including new safety regulations for youth camps, changes to the STAR test, and a bill centered on abortion pills, which is now headed to Governor Abbott's desk. House Bill 7 will let Texans sue out-of-state abortion pill providers for up to $100,000. Lawmakers also just approved House Bill 8, which will replace the STAR test with 3 shorter exams. And just last night, they debated Senate Bill 1, tightening youth camp safety with new emergency plans, drills, and floodplain rules after the deadly flooding on July 4th.
And Governor Abbott, he addressed that deadly hill country flooding yesterday in his State of the State address in Waco. He promised change and prompt legislation.
They had one request, and that's to prioritize camp safety. And that's why I made camp safety the #1 item on the agenda. And it may be as early as this week that I sign that law that fully addresses the camp safety issues they had concerns about.
He also acknowledged a need for better early warning systems, improved communications, and funding resources for communities to rebuild. Well, kids, they can't learn if they can't get to class, and this morning we are learning more about the shortage of school bus drivers at Beaumont ISD.
Just a month into the school year, the district is asking for the community's help to fill the gap. 12 News reporter Derek Jones is live at the BISD bus depot this morning with more on what the district needs. And Derek, it's pretty early in the year for this.
That's right, Tia. It is pretty early in this year. Beaumont ISD is suffering a shortage of 13 bus drivers. It may not seem like a lot, but 12 routes are being affected, making administrators have to take kids to school themselves. The shortage means students risk missing out on valuable class time. District officials call getting kids to school time essential for learning. Right now, office staff is forced to drive the kids while also tackling administrative duties. Transportation Director Corey Metz says students are sometimes showing up to class late, and the problem is only getting worse.
It seems like it may be getting worse, and it's been like this for quite a few years. But, you know, here recently, it seems like the demand's even more now than has been in the past. You know, there are multitudes. You know, you've got some of the buses going in and out of the refinery that are pulling from our driver pool.
Beaumont isn't alone. Driver shortages are hitting districts across the country, but BISD needs local help now. The district is offering paid training for those who are interested in being bus drivers. If you're looking in ways to help out, you can go to BISD's website. Derek Jones in Beaumont, 12 News.
Thank you, Derek. With students and staff back in class, we're getting ready to pass out our first Golden Apple Award, but we still need your nominations. Remember, this can be a teacher or anyone in the field of education. Just head to 12newsnow.com/Golden Apple to let us know who you think is most deserving. Up next, September is National Preparedness Month, the new survey that shows many of us might not be as prepared as we should be for a natural disaster. And still ahead on 12 News Plus, Health and Human Services Secretary Robert F. Kennedy Jr. plans to testify today amid backlash on his decisions regarding vaccines in the CDC.
When industry news breaks, we're on the front lines, digging into the issue.
Lamar is working to protect Power City from hackers,
Filtering out rumors and giving you the facts, direct from inside sources.
ExxonMobil and lawyers for the United Steelworkers.
Taking on the story from all sides.
The company filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy protection last year.
Southeast Texas is a power city, and we're bringing the power to you. 12 News, putting Southeast Texas first.
As Texans, we have many reasons to be proud of the Lone Star State. Showing our pride by saying, "Don't mess with Texas," means we gotta step up, walk the walk. Do our part to keep Texas clean. Because after all these years, all these miles, all these traditions, for all us Texans, "Don't mess with Texas" means don't litter.
It's hard to really come to terms with dementia. There are little things that you can't even begin to plan for that happen that you need the early diagnosis for. My mom has done so much for me. There's no way that I wouldn't do the same for her. It's so important to have the conversation with your doctor earlier because you just do not know what the future holds.
We begin with breaking news in Port Neches.
Firefighters continue attacking the flames from the air.
We're working to learn more about a police chase.
We'll give you a live look at the scene tonight. Our crew there.
A chase in Port Neches turned into a standoff.
So we're working to get you more information.
We're going to keep you updated on air and online as we learn more.
Stream extended coverage on 12 News Plus. Download on your TV and watch for free.
I'm meteorologist Kerry Cooper here with another hurricane tip, evacuating correctly. If local authorities advise you to evacuate, do so immediately and without delay. Bring your emergency kit and be sure to follow evacuation routes. Do not try to take shortcuts because they may be blocked. Also remember to eat and get enough sleep for you to deal with whatever stress that may come your way. For more hurricane tips, go to 12newsnow.com/hurricane.
Sponsored by Entergy. We power life.
Well, September is National Preparedness Month, and a new survey from Talker Research shows many people aren't as prepared as they should be for natural disasters. It found that while 90% of Americans said it's critical to be prepared for extreme weather, only 46% have a plan in place. Less than a third have thought ahead about things like getting a generator, buying extra supplies, and stocking up on gas. Experts say you should know the types of emergency that could happen in your area, and you should build an emergency kit with at least a week's worth of clothing, food, and medical supplies.
And let's hope you have your hurricane kit at home all ready to go. Hopefully we won't see anything this year. It's been pretty quiet, and right now it looks like it's going to be quiet for the next 7 to 10 days, but you always need to be prepared. I'm prepared to see a lot more sunshine today. We're already starting to see it over the Horseman's Western Store over there in Orange on our Roofing 911 Live Skycam network. Looks like plenty of sunshine towards the port of Beaumont as well with our camera from Packard the Prairie. Currently showing 79 degrees downtown, humidity at 86%, and winds are light this morning, but looking pretty good to start off on this Thursday. 60s in Jasper right now, 68 there. Look over towards Conroe, 65, and then 69 in Huntsville. Most of the areas in the 70s, but lower 70s. 71 Woodville and Kirbyville right now, 73 in Silsbee. Beaumont, Orange at 75. Port Arthur currently at about 74. Pretty quiet across the state. We really don't see too much going on. We've had some showers, a few thunderstorms out into the Gulf, and those are kind of drifting off towards the east-southeast, so away from our area. Not expecting really any rain today. Closer look at the radar, you can see a few of those spotty showers down towards the Gulf. What you see here on radar, that's just kind of ground clutter or clutter back towards the radar. So that is not rain out there for this morning. We'll go with dry conditions throughout the day. Temperatures climbing through the 80s this morning. We'll jump into the lower to middle 90s for the afternoon, and then back into the 80s as we head in towards this evening. So very warm evening, hot afternoon. Make sure you're staying hydrated out there. Overnight, clouds start to work into the area. We'll go partly cloudy as we head into Friday morning, and we'll see temperatures back down into the middle to lower 70s. Still tracking that wave out in the Atlantic. Hurricane Center says this probably is going to be maybe a tropical system. They go 80% over the next 7 days, and computer models right now showing it's still curving and staying out fairly far off the East Coast. There are a couple of computer models want to trend it a little bit closer, but we'll have to wait and see. It does not indicate that we'll see anything into the Gulf. None of the computer models have it coming into the Gulf of Mexico. So good news for us, but we'll be watching it closely as it gets close to maybe some of the islands there out into the Caribbean. Our forecast for today, mostly sunny, southwesterly winds at 3 to 8, temperatures 93, 94 today, and back into the 70s tonight. with partly cloudy skies. No rain expected today or tonight. And then our 7-day forecast shows rain coming in on Saturday and Sunday. Saturday, that's going to be a very late chance at 20%, so a couple of showers. I think most of your Saturday will be fine, just a little bit on the hot side. And then with that front coming through on Sunday, 50% coverage of showers and thunderstorms. But on the backside of that, lows in the 60s. Highs, at least for a couple of days, will be in the middle to upper 80s.
Mark and Jeff, remember we talked about hot boy summer? It was
yeah.
like real hot. Remember that?
Oh, yeah.
What is it for fall?
Pumpkin spice latte boy summer or fall?
You're gonna have to,
I'm gonna ask you that again tomorrow. You come with a better answer. Pumpkin spice boy. All right.
And just a reminder, you can download our app at any time to get the latest on the weather. You can check the radar by going to the radar tab in the app. All right, across the nation now, President Trump, he has suggested that New Orleans could be his next target for deploying the National Guard. Troops are already patrolling the streets of Washington, D.C., and Trump has promised to send them into Baltimore and Chicago to fight crime there. One member of the city council in New Orleans saying that crime is down there and says that using the National Guard would be an overreaction.
And back here in Texas, a spokesperson for Governor Abbott's office says Texas National Guard troops are not preparing to deploy to Illinois. Illinois' governor told reporters Texas would send the guards to Chicago. The Trump administration says this is all part of a law and order crackdown that started more than 3 weeks ago with troops on the streets of D.C. In your health news this morning, we're following big changes when it comes to vaccines. First, Florida now plans on becoming the first state to ditch vaccine mandates altogether.
Yeah, that move was announced yesterday by Surgeon General Dr. Joseph Ladapo, and he says that the health department could scrap some vaccine mandates on their own, but others that would require action by the Florida legislature. Now, that doctor there, he described current school requirements as wrong.
Who am I as a government, or anyone else, or who am I as a man standing here now to tell you what you should put in your body?
And the American Medical Association, they released a statement responding to all this, calling Florida's move, quote, that it would undermine decades of public health progress. All right, now some medical experts, they are pushing back, warning that Florida is just the start to all this.
Yeah, this comes as Health and Human Services Secretary Robert F. Kennedy Jr. plans to testify before a congressional committee today. He's expected to face sharp questioning from senators nearly a week after the CDC director was fired. ABC's Nicole D'Antonio is in Washington with details.
This morning, Health and Human Services Secretary Robert F. Kennedy Jr. set to testify on Capitol Hill amid turmoil at the CDC and backlash to his vaccine policy. The moves have prompted major medical groups and more than 1,000 current and former employees across the Department of Health and Human Services to call on Kennedy to resign. The group of employees saying, "Our country needs a leadership that will promote open, honest dialogue, not disregard decades of life-saving science, spread misinformation, reverse medical progress, and decimate programs that kept us safe." Kennedy defending the direction he has taken the public health agency, saying he's working to restore public trust. Today's hearing comes a day after Florida became the first state to eliminate vaccine mandates, but many health experts are warning this could put other children in schools at risk. Dr. Richard Besser, former acting director of the CDC and former ABC chief medical correspondent, saying, as a pediatrician and as a parent, it's absolutely frightening. The idea that children could go to school and be unvaccinated. That puts them at risk and others around them who may have underlying medical conditions. As kids head back to school, strong reaction among parents.
It should be the parents' choice whether they're vaccinated.
Very concerning. I would be concerned with other children who aren't vaccinated. And maybe possibly making my child sick.
It comes as multiple reports say HHS Secretary Kennedy has chosen 7 new members to join the agency's panel of vaccine experts. That's the panel that decides what vaccines insurance companies and Medicaid are required to cover. The New York Times reports at least 3 of the new members have been critical of vaccines or vaccine mandates. Some Democratic-led states are taking matters into their own hands. California, Oregon, and Washington are teaming up to form their own healthcare alliance to protect vaccines. Nicole D'Antonio, ABC News, Washington.
All right, it's 7:49. Weighted vests are becoming a new trend in gyms and even on jogging tracks. I've seen them.
Yeah, no, actually, I worked with a personal trainer. He had me wear one. This is a couple years ago, honestly.
How did I know you was going to say that?
I don't know, because I'm into fitness. All right, there is some budding controversy over whether they are helpful or harmful. They're helpful, just don't overdo it. Social media influencers tout that the gear as a way to boost performance and help with bone health and even weight loss. But experts say that research is still limited and results may not be as dramatic as the hype suggests. Studies show that the vests can offer some benefit for healthy adults, though they shouldn't be seen as a quick fix.
The simplest, it just makes it harder. So your body then is working harder to adapt to that extra load that it's carrying. If this is a way for you to kind of incorporate some of these activities like resistance training-ish into your, I think it's great.
Health experts say if you are going to try them out, it's best to start by adding low to moderate weights that are between 5 and 10% of your body weight. And yeah, whenever I used it, essentially, it was kind of like a fun addition. I know it doesn't sound fun, but like today, on top of everything else you're going to do, just wear a weighted vest as well. And so it just makes it all a little bit harder.
I can barely run with just my weight. You want me to add extra weight?
Let's do it. I'll run behind you. I'll be like, go, go, go.
That's what I need.
See, I'll be there for you.
Cheerleader.
I'll be on a little Segway, and I'll be like a little drill sergeant behind you.
I feel like it might get annoying with you. You get real serious.
It would.
Let's go, Chill. Go. They cussed you out or something. All right. Big changes are being unveiled today at the Christus Health and Wellness Center in Beaumont. It now has fully renovated men's and women's locker rooms with new showers, restrooms, lockers, and more. There will be a special mix and mingle today hosted by Christus and the Greater Beaumont Chamber of Commerce. It's an opportunity to network, tour the upgrades, and you can win a year of free membership. Stop by from 4:30 to 6:30. And when Daybreak returns on 12 News Plus, we'll have more news and weather in your morning rush out.
As tropical activity picks up in the Gulf, 12 News is your hurricane headquarters. Get prepared before a storm hits. Watch the 12 News Hurricane Special, streaming on 12 News Plus. From the must-haves in your supply kit to the evacuation routes you'll need to take, plus safety tips and how you can protect yourself from storm scammers. The 12 News Hurricane Special, keeping you prepared. Sponsored by Entergy. We power life.
No matter where we start, every mile brings us closer. And as Texans, we take care of each other along the way. We lend a hand, slow down, and take our time. At the end of the day, we all want to get home safe. Drive like a Texan. Kind, courteous, and safe.
The impact killed my dad and brother instantly. A man, after drinking excessively with his coworkers, ran a stop sign, T-boned my parents' Honda, and destroyed our family. He could have just said, hey, I'm not okay. There's Lyft, there's Uber, there's taxis. There's so many other options. Every day, someone else can be taken away.
The STEM fields are providing opportunity to be part of the developments that will shape the future, and the Army National Guard is at the forefront of the movement. Soldiers can serve part-time and choose from dozens of science, technology, engineering, and mathematics jobs, working with cutting-edge technology and innovations. And the skills and experience they receive can open doors for them to civilian careers in the STEM world. Join a team that is taking the lead in STEM by talking to a local recruiter or by going to nationalguard.com/careers.
I'm Chief Meteorologist Patrick Vaughn, here with some hurricane tips for protecting yourself against flooding. Take shelter in a designated storm shelter or an interior room and stay away from glass windows of doors. And if flooding begins, move to higher ground immediately. Never walk, swim, or drive through floodwaters. Remember, turn around, don't drown. For more hurricane tips, go to 12newsnow.com/hurricane.
Sponsored by Entergy.
Welcome back to Daybreak. It is 7:54 right now, and it's time for your morning rush out.
Here's everything you need to know as you start your day. Remington Boykin of Lumberton faces new charges in Hardin County for aggravated kidnapping, assault with a deadly weapon, and aggravated assault impeding breath or circulation. Sheriff Mark Davis says this is in connection to the assault of a former girlfriend in 2024. He's also facing assault charges in Jasper County and tampering with a government record charges in Jefferson County.
And a Jasper County man who was serving a life sentence for the murder of his former girlfriend has died in prison. 59-year-old Royce Larking passed away from natural causes. That's according to the TDCJ. The victim, 61-year-old Judy Arnold, she was stabbed to death back in 2019 in the parking lot of the Roadway Inn in Jasper. Arnold, she was a beloved teacher aide at Few Primary.
2 people are recovering after another shooting at a Beaumont apartment complex. The latest one happened Wednesday morning at the Pine Club Apartments on Pine Street, where gunfire erupted Sunday. Police say Wednesday's shooting started with a fight. Both victims went to the hospital separately and are expected to be okay.
A dry day today. We won't see any rain. We'll see temperatures, though, on the hot side, about 94, and then dry tomorrow at about 93. Getting to the weekend, we do have rain, but that's not going to be a big deal, I think, especially Saturday, as that rain should show up late in the day, and it's only a 20% chance of a couple of showers. And then on Sunday, with a front moving through the area, we'll see about a 50% coverage of some scattered showers and thunderstorms. On the backside of that front, we actually have our first cooler air coming in with some 60s out there Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday mornings. Afternoons dip down into the 80s for a few days there, and then back to 90 by Wednesday.
It teased us like a few weeks ago. I feel like we hit a low of 69 at one point for just one day or something like that.
Yeah, there was a couple of days where we got like 68, 69. That was only in the lakes, not really down here so much. Yeah, so this is going to be 60s for the entire area. So
Let's
looking
go.
good. Yep.
Welcome back. Welcome back.
Also, remember to share your reason to smile with us. Just text us your story and photos to 409-838-1212 so we can share what's making you smile with all of Southeast Texas. So many people complain that the news is sad, so send us something good.
Make it happy. Send us something to smile about, and we'll put it here on 12 News Plus. All right, thanks so much for watching us here on Daybreak.
We'll be back at 11.
Have a great day, everybody.
Oh.